Start talking, Mr. Solwitz. Tell me what happened when you found the body. And now we get testimony. When I found the body. When I saw it, right? I was in the workroom over there practicing my skills. By some chance, I got curious about the adjacent workroom and went up to the door. I peeked in through the small window on the door. Then I saw him lying there, a man not moving, dead. This sounds suspiciously similar to your testimony in the first case of the first game. I quailed in fright and found myself letting out a scream. If I may confirm one thing, you were in the room right next to the one where the dead body was found. Within the prison, we call it Workroom B, and you were in there the whole time on the day of the murder. Yes. After the 7 AM roll call, I remained inside the whole time. In this prison, we have roll call 3 times a day, at 7 AM, noon, and 9 PM. So, the second one is 5 hours after the first one, but then the third one is 9 hours after the second one? Weird scheduling, but okay. And they check the workrooms during those times too? Exactly! But not times 2, typically just once each. I see. So during the 7 AM roll call, there was nothing amiss. That's important. And Knightley's body was not in the workroom yet. Prison roll call notes, jotted down in my organizer. Nice! So it sounds like the murder occurred after 7 AM, huh? And that's right when the animal show started. Correct! The other prisoners went to see the animal show. Meaning anyone who did not see the show does not have an alibi, such as yourself, but don't worry, I don't think you did it since you're a convict from a previous case. Like, that would be silly. You understand what I'm saying, Mr. Solwitz? Although, yeah, you are suspicious. Yeah, that is certainly true. However, I merely discovered the body. This time I think he's telling the truth. Well, no, I don't. Not completely. I don't think he killed him. But, he's definitely lying in some regard. His testimony is a clear contradiction. It does? I mean, of course it does! I should press him about that first. When I found the body. Rebuttal! Okay, I was in the workroom over there practicing my skills. By some chance, I got curious about the adjacent workroom, so I went up to the door. I peeked in through the small window on the door, and I saw him lying there, a man not moving, dead. I grilled in fright and found myself letting out a scream, probably a very girly scream. Okay, that's it, I guess. You pretend to be an innocent bystander, but parts of his testimony are odd. Considering his situation and the place he's in, the contradiction should be quite obvious. Are you calling me an idiot? Because I haven't seen it yet. I think you're calling me an idiot. I don't like that, Edgeworth. Don't do that. I'll show him the evidence that proves it. Alright. Well, I guess I should probably press a bit. Let's check the evidence. Prosecutor's badge. Floor plans. Let's take a quick peek at this. Okay. Chessboard. Rubber glove. Crime scene notes. Rope. Bloodstained sheet. Door sensor. Open doors for animals. Sounds alarm in response to a prisoner's bracelet. Prisoners can't move freely. 7 AM, noon, and 9 PM. Body was not found during the 7 AM roll call. Okay, let's go over this again. I was in the workroom over there practicing my skills. By some chance I got curious about the adjacent workroom, so I went up to the door. I peeked in through the small window on the door. Oh, I think... okay, they're not able to go through the doors on their own without a sensor going off, right? So how'd he get out of his workroom into the other one? Unless he never left his workroom? Let's see. Yeah. So I went up to the door. The other workroom. Let's press this. You were curious about the adjacent room? Precisely. I felt I need to look inside. Why did you feel that way? Even if you ask me why, I just did it on a whim. So you weren't concentrating on your training? No, nothing of the sort. For I'm a model prisoner. Oh, of course you are. It's just that, the other prisoners had left to see the animal show. Which is why I was, feeling somewhat lonely. Uh-huh, sure. Yeah, that's like being stuck in a classroom after school's let out. Yes, that's right! And since I couldn't enter the other workroom, I peeked in through the small window in the door. I don't like this because I feel like he's being too vague. What I want to say is that he couldn't have gone through the doors because of the sensor, but he hasn't really been clear that he even went through a door, which is the problem I'm having with this testimony right now. So I went up to the door. Like, I don't get that. If you were in the other workroom, how did you get out? He didn't say he went past through that door. Like, he's not being completely clear. I don't like it. The small window, so you couldn't get a clear look? Indeed, as you can see, there's a grill covering the window. A grill? What do you grill with it? Not the animals, I hope. It does not offer a wide view at all. If there's a grill that's kind of like a window, I have never heard of it. Normally the guards use it to check inside the rooms, right? Precisely. You seem to be well versed on this matter. Well, I happen to know a thing or two about prisons, you know. What does she mean by that? I'll find out the details later. In any case, I peeked into the room from the window. Yeah, but he never went in the room. But did he leave his own room? Ah, the vagueness! It hurts. You knew it was a man right away. It was, clear, judging from his physique and clothing. Even the fact that he was dead was as plain as day. You could tell he was dead through that tiny window. Well, it's not the first time I've seen a dead body. More like it's not the first time. I think it's the first one that you've seen that you haven't killed, at least. What? So you mean... The reason you're in here is because... I'm ashamed to admit it, but it is as you say. However, this was my first time seeing a body that someone else had killed. I quailed in fright and found myself letting out a scream. Guess let's check everything, since I still don't really get it. Do you remember what the scream sounded like? I'm gonna feel really foolish if it's gonna be as simple as, he couldn't pass through the sensor and that's the objection, because I feel like they're being too vague for that to be the case. All I can say is that I shrieked at the top of my lungs. Well, I guess that's what happens when you get scared. Yes, it's just as you say. In any case, I let her scream. Pretending to be an innocent bot. Damn it, Edgeworth, stop being smug. I feel stupid now. I still don't get it. By practicing, you mean, of course... Yes, my grooming training. For I'm a model prisoner. I somehow doubt that. Some chance I got curious. Did I do this one already? Yeah, I've done this other one already. Okay. So I guess I've pressed all of them now. Huh. I still don't get it. The only thing that's coming to me is that he couldn't have passed through the sensor to even look in the window in the other door, but he hasn't even said he technically passed through a door yet. Like, for all we know, the door to that room was open or something. I don't know. I'm gonna feel silly if I'm right, but I'm also gonna feel silly if I'm wrong. Because of... this is stupid. Alright, doing it. Door. Oh, no music, I'm right, damn it. I should have just presented it right away, but it was I felt like he was being too vague. Mr. Solwit, please stop telling such feeble lies. You don't seem to understand your position. My position? I used to be a newspaper salesman, but then I took up the pet groomer training. More like you killed someone and were forced to take up the pet groomer training. Hold it! What about that bracelet on your wrist? It proves that you are unmistakably a prisoner. And as long as you wear that bracelet, you should not be able to move around as you please. As soon as you went through the door, the sensor would have sounded the alarm. Oh, that is... Peeking into the adjacent room is impossible, when you couldn't even leave the one you were in. Ah! Ooh-wee, nice one, Miles. It's a real humdinger. But does that mean Mr. Saw didn't see the body? Well, he is a Mr. Did It after all, but perhaps we should let the man himself explain it to us. He's clearly lying. The question is why? You see, that is, forgive me. It appears my previous explanation was lacking. No shit, Sherlock. I shall clearly explain how I was able to see the body. Very well. Let us hear your revised testimony. It'll obviously still be bullshit, but hopefully it'll be closer to the truth. When I found it, part 2. There's a rather well-known technique among the prisoners here. Oh really, and you're gonna just expose it to me? If the hand with the bracelet stays in the room, you can step out without sounding the alarm. That's how I was able to peek into the adjacent room. The moment I realized that the man inside was dead, I started to scream. So that means... He kept his arm inside workroom B while he peeked into the adjacent room. I'd appreciate it if you didn't mention this to anyone, especially the guards. Was that what he was trying to hide earlier? I should try asking him for more details about a few other things as well. Darn it, Edgeworth, you're being a little too obvious with me. In the last one, it's like, obviously I can present something, and now it's like, obviously I have to press. Let me figure things out myself. I'm not stupid.